Hey guys, welcome to Unshackling Sudokus and Puzzles. I'm Kishore and today we have a Thermo Sudoku for you guys. This Sudoku was created by Pete Craig and it has been taken from the Discord server of CTC. And the title of this Sudoku, or you can say the theme of this Sudoku, is Gene Splicing. So this caught my eye earlier today and I thought of making a video on this Sudoku. Perhaps the shape of the thermos inspired the title, you know. So let us start this Sudoku now. You can find the link to solve this in the description of the video. Do give it a try and come back and enjoy the video. We hope you find this video really fun. I have no idea how the Sudoku will progress because this is going to be a live solve. So let us move on to the rules. Each row, each column and 3 by 3 box in the grid will have digits from 1 to 9 without repetitions, normal rules. And in addition to that, in each of these thermometer shapes, you can see that there are several thermometer shapes clinging to each other. So in each of these shapes, digits strictly increase starting from the round bulb till the end of the thermometer. So these are the rules. The rules are clear. So with that, we'll start solving this Sudoku. Seems to be a really fun one. So in thermos, the way to start is always by looking at the longest thermo first. This is a clueless thermo Sudoku. There are no given numbers as clues. You can see that this snake-like thermo is like really long in here. So let us start with this. This is an 8 cell long thermometer. So which means that this will be minimum 8 and maximum it can be 9, and the lowest cell, I mean the bulb of the thermo, will be minimum 2 and maximum it can be minimum 1 and maximum it can be 2, because if you have anything more than 2 here, then this becomes more than 9. So we can use that to our advantage. So this is minimum 1 and maximum 2, and going on we can just write these digits quickly. Minimum 4, max 5, minimum 5 and 6, 6, 7, 7, 8 and 8 and 9. This is easy to understand. Once you get the minimum and the maximum of each of these cells, you can just increase the thermometer successive cells each by 1. So this is applicable for any shape. So now, okay, this looks long. It's a 6 cell long thermometer, so minimum will be 1 and maximum is going to be 6. So let us just write those digits: 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 6, 7, 8 and 9. Okay, so one thing I observe here is that when you're writing such digits or when you're solving a thermo Sudoku in general, also be on the lookout for rows or columns or boxes which are heavily constrained because of the thermometers. So to illustrate my statement, you can look at this column. It is almost fully occupied by thermometers except this cell. Now we know that the middle of a thermometer can never be a 1 or a 9. It's easy to understand, right? 1 is the lowest digit and 9 is the highest digit, and you cannot have any digit less than 1 or 9 on a Sudoku. So which means that the middle cells of the thermometer or the end cells can never be 1 or a 9. I'm sorry, the middle cells of a thermometer can never be 1 or 9. So if you look at this column carefully and ask yourself, where does 1 go? There is exactly one cell, this one. The rest of the cells cannot take a 1. So this becomes my 1. And the moment you write this digit, you are going to start a cascade, a beautiful cascade of digits. So immediately you can fill this thermometer: 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. A beautiful start to the Sudoku. And once you wrote these digits in, look at this column 2. The moment I wrote this, I noticed that 2 and 3 are very restricted in column 2. So 2 goes here and 3 goes here. No other way to fill these. Obviously you can't fill this 3 and 2 because in a thermometer you need digits strictly increasing. And now remaining digits are 6 and 7, which I think can be quite quickly resolved because the bulb is here. So which means this will be a 6 and that will be a 7, and now we can easily fill in the digits. Beautiful start to the Sudoku. So you can see that instead of writing these digits, we could have as well started here. We could have got digits lot more quickly. So let us look at this column. 2, 3, 8, 9, 6 and 7. Remaining digits are 1, 4, 5. So 1 is going in one of these two cells for column 1. And the bulb of the thermometer has to be the lowest and lesser than 2. So this would be a 1. And we can write in a pair there. Right? So that was really nice. Now let us make use of this pencil marks and see if we can get some eliminations going in. So 6 is here, so that's not a 6. 5 is here, that's not a 5. So minimum becomes 6, which means minimum becomes 7. And 8 is here, so that's not 8. So have I eliminated all the digits possible? Okay, I think so. And now let us look at the same idea that I stated earlier. Looking at columns or rows or boxes severely constrained by thermometers. Now if you look at this column and ask yourself the question, where can 9 go? There are very few cells limited. These 3 cells cannot take a 9. So either this cell or this cell. Only 2 cells to take the 9 in that column. So is that really helping me? I don't think so. So let us continue with our solve. We have 3, 4, 5 here, 6, 8, 9 here. So this becomes, due to classic, 1, 2 and 7. Okay, this is beautiful, guys. Look at column 5 closely again and ask yourself, where can a 1 go? So these kind of deductions are really useful in Thermo Sudokus. Always keep this in mind when you find the Thermo Sudoku little hard to go and the pencil marks are not really helping you. Look for areas which are heavily constrained and ask yourself where a certain digit can go. This will surely help in some harder Thermo Sudokus. So you cannot have 1 here, can't have 1 here, can't have 1 in any of these cells. There is only 1 cell left for the 1. So 1 has to go here. And now 1 is in row 1, row 2. That gives 1 in these cells. Obviously 1 cannot be in these cells because of the thermo restriction. So this becomes a 1. And now 1 is not here, which means 1 is in one of these 6 cells. And the reason I'm writing these kind of pencil marks is that you can quickly eliminate 1 from these 5 cells. 1 can never go into those cells. So which means this will be a 1. And that gives 1 in one of these 3 cells. 1 is not here. 1 is not here. 1 has to be here. And 1 goes in one of these 2 cells due to classic, and 1 can never be here. A lovely Sudoku, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying this video as much as I'm solving this for you. Now it's really fun. 1 is in column 5 and column 6. That gives me a 1 here because 1 can't go here. And now using classic we get the final one of the grid. So these 2 cells must be a 2, 7 pair. And now I guess we can either look at this thermo, for instance, or even this thermometer. I'm going to look at this thermometer because it is of length 6. It is 1 more than this thermometer. So this appears more constrained to me. So the minimum value here becomes 2 because of this one, and maximum would be 4, right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9, and just you'll be able to fill the thermo. So you must write digits between 2 to 4 here. So this becomes 2, 3, 4. And now as I mentioned earlier, you just keep on increasing the minimum and the maximum by 1 and just fill the thermo. Right? I just increased the min and maximum by 1 and wrote all the candidates in there. And now just about elimination, I think. So 6 is not here. 8 is not here. So I have a 7, 9 pair. And I think I can make use of that, right? But before that, I'll just quickly look at the digits to see if they are restricted. Okay, not much. So I'm going to make use of this pair. So you have 1, 4, 8 and 7 and 9. So which means that this cell basically must be 2, 3, 5, 6. And the reason I'm noting this cell is because look at this cell. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this must at least be 4 in value because of this thermo, which means this is not 2 or 3. So that becomes 5 or 6. And that means you can get a cascade of digits on this thermo, which are really beautiful to pencil mark. So maximum is 5 here, sorry, minimum is 5 here and maximum is 6 here. So I think we will be able to fill in the digits. So this must be minimum 3 because this is the third cell starting from the thermo. So this must be minimum 3 and maximum 5. So let us keep writing the digits in such a way, right? Minimum 3, maximum 5, minimum 2, maximum 4, minimum 1, maximum 3. And you have 1 here, so this becomes minimum 2. So which means this becomes minimum 3, this becomes minimum 4. Beautiful. Okay, so now if I look at this column, just like these columns, column 2 and column 5, column 8 is like really restricted, right? You have 3, 4, 5 triplet in that column, which means that this basically can't be 3 or 4, so this must be 2. Wow, this is super fun, guys. Just like when a little child gets excited when given a candy, the Sudoku is so much fun to solve. I'm not sure why. And so you have 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Remaining digits are 6, 7, 8, 9. So let us just quickly mark them. 9 can't go in the middle of a thermo, and this also cannot be a 7, so this is a 6 or 8. And which means this must be minimum 7 and maximum 9. This must be greater than that because this is part of a single thermo. So 8 can't go here, you have an 8 here. Okay, so I think we need to pencil mark a bit here because whatever deduction is in there is a little harder to see. So let me write candidates here. So this must be minimum 6 and maximum it must be 8 because 9 is here, so this becomes 6, 7, 8. And look at these 5 digits. They are forming a pentaple. Awesome, right? All these 5 cells can only take digits from 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. And out of which these 4 digits are forming a quadruple. 5, 6, 7, 8. So which means this digit has to be a 9. Super. That's really superb. And now 8 must go in one of these two cells, which means this is not 8. So this is basically 6 or 7. And the moment the maximum value gets reduced here, this cannot be a 7 anymore. So that's a 4 or a 5. And 9 is here, so this is not a 9, so which means this would be a 7. This has to be a 6, and because we pencil mark 9 to one of these two cells, so 9 must go here. And 6 is here, so that must be a 7, 8 pair. And now we can write these two digits, right? 7 cannot go here, so that's a 5. That becomes 6. And this 5 gives me a 4 here, which in turn fills these two digits. Superb, guys. This must be a 3, right? This 5 gave me a 4 here, and which means these two digits must be 3 and 2. And now 8 has only one cell in box 5. 8 goes here. 1, 4, 5, 8, 9, 3 and 6. So this must be a 2 or a 7. You have a 7 here, so that becomes a 2. That becomes 7. That becomes 2. And row 5 has 2 cells left. They must be 3, 4, right? This must be 3, 4 as well to complete this box. And with the help of this 4, we can resolve this 4, 3 pair. And that gives me a 3 here. 1, 3, 6, 7, 4, 8, 9. So these two cells must be a 2 and a 5. So which is the most exciting place to look at now? I guess we can revisit column 8 again and ask yourself the question, where can an 8 go? So earlier we were seeing where can a 1 or a 9 go. So in the middle of the solve you need to look for other digits as well. Can an 8 go here? Yes, 8 can go here, there is no issue. Can an 8 go here? Not possible because Then you need 2 more digits greater than 8, not possible. Can an 8 be here? Yes, that gives you a 9 here and there is no issue with that. But an 8 can be eliminated from here because again same logic. So 8 has only 2 options left. Okay, that is not really helping us. Ah, this is nice. Look at this guys, 1, 2, 3, 4. So what are these 4 digits basically doing? They are pushing the minimum value here to an all-time high. So which means that the minimum here is going to be a 5. And what can the maximum be? Can it be a 7? If it's a 7, this becomes 8 and you can't fill in these digits, so maximum has to be a 6, which means this would be 6, 7, this would be 7, 8, just increasing by 1 as we normally do on a thermo. And now you have a 7 here, so that becomes 8. Beautiful, right? So that gives me a 6. That's not a 6, that's 4, 5, which means this is not oh, you have a 5 here. Beautiful. So that has to be 4, right? And that means this would be a 3, 1, 4, 6, 2, 3, 7, 8. So 5 and 9 are the candidates. And you have a 9 here. So that becomes a 5. That becomes a 9. And that 5 gives me a 4. Giving me a 5. And 2, 5, 8, 9, 1, 4, 7. So these two must be 3 and 6. And you have 3 here. So that gives me a 6 here, a 3 here. And that 6 gives me a 7 here, which means this must be a 9. And 1, 2, 7, 3, 8, 9. So these two cells must be 4, 5, 6. And 4 in row 1 gives me a 4 here. So that gives me, removing the 4 from here. And these two cells are 7, 8, right? Yeah. So 1, 2, 3, 6, 4, 9, 7, 8. So this must be a 5. And this 3 gives me a 4 here, which means that this must be 5. And this must be 7, 8 for the column. And look at this column, you have a 7, 8 pair, which means that these two cells must be forming a 2, 3 pair, and you have a 2 here, which means I can resolve this 3 and 2. So 1, 2, 8, 6, 7, 9. So this can be resolved immediately. So these must be a 3, 4, 5 triplet. You can either resolve this using the thermo or better still just look at the classic. Simple to fill. So this becomes 3. Because of the 4, this becomes 4. That becomes 5. And these two 5s give me a 5 here. Oops, sorry guys. You have a 5 already. 1, 6, 7, 2, 3, 5. So 4, 8 and 9, right? These two 4s give me a 4 here. And this would be 8 and 9. So 1, 3, 4, 5, 2, 8, 6. So this must be 7, 8, 9, 7, 8, 9. And you can't have 9 on a middle of the thermo. So this is 7 or 8, which means this would be 8 or 9. And now I have a pair 3, 4, 7, 8 and 9 pair. So which means these two cells must be 2, 6. And 2 here gives me a 6 here. A 2 here giving a 5 here. Giving a 2 here. And this 5 gives me a 5 here, giving me 6 here. And to complete the column, we'll need a 7. That gives me an 8. That gives me a 9. That gives me a 9. That gives me 8 and 8, 9. So to complete this row, we have a 7 here. And we can complete the box now. So this becomes 8. That becomes 9. And now we can complete row 3. So that becomes 7. That becomes 8. 7 here gives me 7, 8. This must be 6. And with that, we have completed this super fun Sudoku, guys. What fun to solve such Thermo Sudokus. Basically, the start was really good and the theme was also excellent to look at. I really enjoyed I enjoy solving such fun Sudokus, and it was such a pleasure to make a video on this Sudoku for you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed watching me solve this Sudoku. We didn't want to have hard Sudokus at a stretch, and this hopefully served as a fun one. I was expecting something harder from this Sudoku, and this was break from the harder Sudokus we have been posting. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Please do subscribe to the channel now. We'd really appreciate if you hit the subscribe button below. Thanks for watching.